Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the video regarding introduction of Java. In this video I am going to cover introduction of Java features. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so first feature is Java is a platform independent. Okay, how Java becomes platform independent? Because of these two process of execution of program. Okay, compile and interpret. So compile process, what it does, it just compiled the Java file like Java code and create byte code from that and store it into the dot class file. Okay, and interpret process, what it does, interpret bytecode interprets by the JVM. Okay, what interpret means, it just read the bytecode and convert it into the uh, that machine compatible form. Okay, which is the platform dependent. JVM is a platform dependent which converts that dot class file, which that bytecode, which contains bytecode. Okay, and that converts it into the machine compatible, machine understandable form, which is operating system dependent. Okay, for example, we are executing the JVM, which we interpreting the bytecode onto the Windows 10. Okay, so JVM should be Windows 10 compatible. It will convert that bytecode into the understandable form for the Windows 10 only. Okay, so this is where JVM is the platform dependent and Java becomes platform independent. For example, I have created one class file on Windows 10 and I am giving to the giving that dot class file to the that Unix operating system, and the JVM will read that bytecode which I have given to that given to them, and just converting to the compatible form for the Unix only. So that is the way it becomes platform independent Java. Okay, so second point is string is immutable. So how string is immutable and why? Because of these reasons: security reasons, concurrency, synchronization, caching. Okay, security reason is the means we can secure, we can't change that string internally. Okay, concurrency means one after another the program can execute that access to that particular string. Synchronization means we can make it thread safe. For example, multiple flow of execution are accessing to that particular string, so in that case that should not get affected. Means one thread is reading and one thread is writing on that string, so that should not affect, or that should not that will be, means one thread reading, one thread writing, that will that harm to that particular string. Okay, that can be damaged. So that thing, we to avoid that particular thing, we can synchronize to that this is the thread safe concept we will discuss in thread section. Okay, and second point is a caching. Like we can have one single string. Okay, and we have assigned one particular value to it, like hello we have assigned to it. Okay, and similarly we will create second string object and we will assign same thing. For example, it has created 1101 memory location, and this str1 pointing to 1101 memory locations value. Okay, and this hello, it will not create another memory location 1102, and str will point the str will not point to this one. Okay, means hello and this hello is the same string, so internally it will identify both are same. So it will program will simply give this particular memory location to this one. So str will point to the this memory location's value only. It will not create new memory location like this. It will simply points to the 1101 only. Okay, this is the concept of caching string. We will cover this concept briefly in string section, string implementation. Okay, second point is pointers are not allowed in Java. So earlier languages like C and C++, they were creating pointers. For example, I have one variable called num, which has 1. Okay, so when I will print to this num, it will returns the 1 to me. For the it will print the 1 to the console. So instead of printing 1, I want to print memory location of that 1, where this 1 is stored on the memory. So that memory location I am storing into any of the variable. So that is the pointer. So in this case, this m will be the pointer for this variable. Okay, so this pointer concepts are not allowed in Java. So fourth point is a Java is a pure 100% object oriented programming language. How? Because of in earlier programming language like C and C++, main method can have outside of the class. It can write outside of the class, it can create object of any of the class, it can call any of the method instead of writing it inside of the class. We can have this main method outside of the class directly like this. Okay, but inside of the Java it is a mandatory to main method should be inside of the class. It's a mandatory. Okay, so we can't have a main method outside of the class, and this main method will be called by the JVM when it executes program. So that time this main method will get called by the JVM. JVM is also one Java program which executes in background and executes to our Java code which we have written. Okay, so we have main method inside of the class. So how it will be called by the another program? Because either we should have to create any class, any object of this class, and then object name dot main we can call. But how we can create that object will be created instead of the main? How we'll create object before the main method execution start? So we can't do that. So that's why this main method is a static. That's why this main method is a static, because class name dot main we can do by using static keyword use. Okay, and outside of the class we want to execute this main method, because JVM, as I said, JVM is also another program of Java. Okay, and which executes in background. So another program calling other programs class a property. So that's why we need to access it as a publicly. That's why we have given public access specifier, and where it's returning nothing. And also one parameter we have like string args, anything name we can give for this string. Okay, and it's array, it's taking a command line argument at the time of execution. That's why we have this parameter to the main method. So this is the way Java becomes pure object oriented, means each and every code should be inside of the class. That's it. Okay, and second part is a multi-threading, means one thread is nothing but the one flow of execution. For example, I have one main method, I am calling any of the method like some method I am calling from it. Okay, and it will go to that some method. Inside of the some method, it will executes all the code of that some method and again returns to this point and start execution from the next line of the main. So that is called as, this is a one flow of execution, a single flow of execution. All the control are all the flow of execution under control of this main method. This is a single flow of execution. But in Java we can have multiple flow of execution, multiple like multiple main methods are executing at a time. So that thing also we can implement, multiple flow of execution, that is called as multi-threading. So this will be briefly covered in the thread sections, multi-threading. Okay, so second point is a polymorphism. Polymorphism means anything takes more than one form. Okay, poly means multiple and morphics means many forms. Okay, so that is called as polymorphism. For example, I have one method which is a sum. Sorry. Okay, for example, I have one method which is sum, which taking two parameters and adding to it and returning to me 10 and 20. It will return 30 for me. But again, I want to give three values to that method, and same behavior it should perform. All the three values should be added and it will return to me. Okay, so in this case 60 it will return 30, 20, 50 or 60. In this case it should return 60 to me. So what I'm saying, two parameters it's also take, and it should return the proper output to me, and also for the three parameters also it works fine. So this is sum taking more than one form. It taking two parameters, three parameters. It can take multiple things. It can do multiple things. So this is the example of polymorphism. Means method are taking multiple forms. This sum method taking multiple forms. This is called as polymorphism. So polymorphism, there are two types of polymorphism: static polymorphism or dynamic polymorphism, that we will cover in polymorphism section. Okay, so next point is a relationship, like has a relationship and is a relationship of object. Relationships we can have, like has a relationship. For example, we want dependency of this class inside of the sample class. Okay, demo class sample class dependent on demo class. We want to access demo class property inside of the sample. So we can create object of this demo class, and we can by using the object we can call the property of demo class inside of the sample class. So this is the relationship, has a relationship. Okay, and is a relationship means we can extend the property of demo class inside of the sample class, and simply creating sample class object, and we can, by using sample class object, we can access property of demo class as well sample class. Okay, so this is the inheritance implementation. Okay, this thing will be covered in the inheritance section. Okay, so this is called as has a and is a relationship. In a has a relationship we are creating object of dependent class, and in is a relationship we extending the class into the other class where we require that particular properties. Okay, so garbage collector. So garbage collector means any garbage things, like garbage objects are get destroyed automatically by the JVM. Okay, so for example, we have created any new object we have created uh, after the execution and after the completion of program, we does not need this object for long time now. So in that case, Java will automatically identify that particular object and it will destroy it. Okay, so briefly this section will be covered in the garbage collection section. So that's it from this video, introduction of Java. Thank you.